Hey girlies, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Brysi and I film fashion, lifestyle, and gym videos. As you can see by the title, today we are going to be doing a makeup tutorial. My makeup tutorial, to be honest, I'm not a makeup guru, so obviously everything and all the steps that I show you guys are things that I learned on my own, and obviously watching like my favorite James Charles. I love him. Anyways, let's not say. So just a little disclaimer, but it is what has worked for me because I have been trialing and error so many different products, and here is the finished product of today's video. I'm not sure if the lighting is picking it up right, that's why I'm gonna go and show you guys. Let me show you without lighting. So much lighting, not so much brightness. She's just there, girl. She's there. Like I was saying, if you guys want to see this makeup tutorial, keep on watching. Okay, I have all my makeup laid out and I'm ready to get into this face. Tell me how you feel about this lighting, because I dimmed it down because I don't want it to be too overpowering, but then I also don't want it to be too dull. So hopefully it's right in the middle and we're good. To begin, we're gonna start off with our CeraVe moisturizer. So the number one and very important thing you need to do in order to have a good base is be moisturized. So I'm gonna go ham on this moisturizer. I'm gonna get like a little fingertip of moisturizer, smudge it in both of my fingers, and I'm gonna spread it evenly across the face. And we can grab another fingertip and start doing the same thing once again. I really hope it's focused. I should probably check if it's focused. You want to put the moisturizer more on your drier areas. For example, mine is the nose, and under the eye, my eyes get really dry as well. Shout out to my sister for getting me a Starbucks. Shout out to her. Next, you're going to prime. I'm going to go in with the One Size Secure the Blur. I'm going to put that all over my face, and this I am going to rub all over my face. So go ahead and put it applied to your face. I just go ahead and straight on put it on the face, on the nose, everywhere. Then I'm gonna go in and blend that out. Kind of just want to rub it all over your face, literally all over your face, because this is what's gonna give you that look you want to achieve. Next, I'm gonna go in with the Power Grip Elf primer. I do use two primers. This one primarily for it to last all long, and the Secure the Blur to give me that blur, girl. We don't want to see no pores, even though it's normal to see pores. Like, everyone has texture, everyone has pores, like it's normal, but we're gonna try to reduce as much as we possibly can, of course. Okay, so I put it a little bit on my fingers. So this, you want to tap into the skin. You don't want to rub it on the skin. You want to pat it on the skin. So I'm gonna go in and pat all along my skin. And then once you finish one section, you want to put more and go on to the next section. Really make sure you got everything, and you can literally see it's pulling on the skin. That's how you know you did a good job, because that's the whole point of the Power Grip. You want the makeup to stick onto the Power Grip. That way it doesn't move anywhere, girl. Nowhere. Not gonna go anywhere. Then I like to go in with my little fan and dry it out. It's broken, let's not say. Can you see I'm in the Christmas spirit? Just a little decoration. I have decoration all over my room actually, but we're not gonna go and show you guys that. We're here for the makeup tutorial, not a room tour. Next, I go in with any dense brush, any foundation brush that you use, and I'm gonna go in with my House of Labs foundation. This is my go-to foundation. I love it so much. I don't even know if I was showing you guys. Anyways, House of Labs, my go-to foundation. It has the perfect coverage. It is a water-based foundation. I forgot to mention, guys, whatever primer you use, look at the ingredients. It needs to be water-based if you're going to use a water-based foundation. If it's silicone-based, then you need to use a silicone-based foundation. You cannot mix, or else that will cause separation, and you don't want to look your makeup all literally separated on your skin. Like, grab it. So I made sure that my Elf Grip primer and my Secure the Blur primers are both water-based primers, and my House of Labs is water-based. I looked it up, girl. Then I'm gonna go ahead and give a little squirt onto there, and then I'm just gonna blend it out right on the face. Just like this. Swipe, swipe, swipe. Everywhere. Gonna go in with a few of them. You can apply the foundation directly on your face. I know a lot of influencers do it like that for aesthetic vibes. But girl, I feel like that will cause like unevenness on the face, since you're gonna have like one big ass splurt of foundation like on one side, and then it's just gonna drip down. Like, no, we gotta apply evenly. So I apply everywhere on the face, as you can see. Don't judge my brushes. I literally washed them like a week ago, so they're in need for another wash, but I'll probably wash them later in the week because I'm gonna go to Washington and I need these bitches washed. But anyways, then I'm gonna go with my Real Techniques 256 brush. Any blending brush and any ultra buff blush, any ultra buff brush is good to blend out the foundation. You want something that's really dense. Look, see, this is dense. This is not fluffy. This is a powder brush, very fluffy. This is not going to blend anything out. You want something that's nice and will keep it intact, like this one. Okay, period. There you go. Yeah, and then I go ahead and tap, tap, tap. You want to tap, not swipe. You want to tap it into the skin, just like I'm doing right now. So you do want to avoid as much product under your eye, because that's where the concealer goes, to avoid cakiness. So try to like just slightly blend when you go under the eye. Just blend a little bit, but not too much, so that it's not a lot of product under the eye. Let me pull up this headband. Blend down to the neck, not too much, just a little bit down, just so it looks all evenly distributed. Perfect. We have our foundation on. Next, I like to go in with my eyebrows. I'm not a first eyebrow girly. I'm a eyebrows right after the foundation. I do go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brows Wiz in the color dark brown. I do have black hair because I dyed my hair black, but I like to go in with a darker brown instead of a black. I feel like my eyebrows black look too black, so I rather go in with the dark brown. So for me, I just go fill in the outer edges, line the bottom of it, and then go in and fill it in. Kind of just line the whole thing, and then I go in and fill those bald spots. So I am very picky with my eyebrows. I don't like them to be too dark or the same amount of darkness around the whole thing, even though it probably looks like that. But I try to keep it a little bit lighter down here and then darker on the outer ends, like by the wing. This one is way longer than this eyebrow, so I go ahead and add a little tip to it. Yeah, honestly, I don't do too much on my eyebrows because I just don't like them to be super concentrated, like super dark, like too much of it. Just got my eyebrows done. I honestly struggle so much with my eyebrows when I don't have them done. Like, I feel like that just ruins like my whole makeup. I'm not even lying. It's like horrible. I hate it. Next, I like to go in and conceal my eyebrows just a little bit. I go in with the Kosas concealer in the shade 04N Revealer. I'm not a makeup guru, so sorry if I haven't been telling you guys the shades. My foundation shade was 270 light medium, in case you guys wanted to know and I didn't say it earlier. Girl, bye. Cancel me already. I'm not a makeup guru. Next, I like to go in with any angled brush. I personally don't like the flat ones. I feel like these ones give more of a shape to my eyebrows. So any angled brush. This is from Shein. Shein has a lot of good brushes, so I definitely recommend you guys to check Shein out and their brushes. And conceal it out. So I like to go in on the bottom and just conceal just a little bit. Ooh, me pasé de verga. I'm like the worst at concealing, to be honest. Probably the worst step ever is to do my eyebrows. I hate it, girl. So I go in there and then I bring that concealer down to my eyelid and blend it out. I hate doing my eyebrows. I fucking hate it. Then I go in with the beauty blender and blend that concealer into my skin. This will have to do. Anyways, let's not go there. Then I'm gonna go in with my Fenty Beauty contour stick in the shade Truffle 04. So I go in and line the bottom to give me that outline on my jawline. And I go in the forehead. And then I go, so I learned that, okay, so obviously my face is not really lifted. It's technically just there, right? No lifting to it. So I saw this trick. So you put your 2 fingers right on the edge of your eyebrow, and that's where you're going to apply the contour stick. This is where you're gonna apply it. And that way, because if you want to give yourself a lift, you got to do it this way. So right on that, I'm gonna put it right there, and I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. I already know how to do it, so I technically don't have to put my fingers there, but that's my little trick on how I learned to apply it there. A lot of people say under your contour, like under your cheekbone, but no, I've been liking it up here. Then I'm gonna go with my Real Techniques 258 brush. This is the flat contour brush. I'm just gonna go ahead and pat under that. I'm gonna blend it down. So I'm gonna obviously pat and bring it down. As you can see, it already freaking lifted my face. So if it gets too messy, don't worry, because you're gonna go in and clean it up with concealer after. Last time I forgot to blend this one out, and it looked like I had a beard according to my sister, but whatever. This part I do like to tap, but at the same time swipe. So this is tapping, and this is tapping, swabbing. So tapping, swiping. There you go. I feel like I have a way darker contour stick, but it's technically, contour stick is just for shadowing. It's not really for bronzing. Later we're gonna go in with the powders. We're gonna go in with all that and bronze us up. Oop, I forgot to contour my nose, so let me go ahead and do that. So I do 2 lines going down my face, and then I bring in like a little bunch, just like that. I know it looks messy, but it is what it is. We're gonna go in and blend that out. Later we're gonna clean up either way. So tap swipe is like how I like to do this one, so the line gets right on there. Same thing on the other side. Mostly tapping noises, mostly tapping techniques always, okay? Don't forget that. Alright, if you don't know how to tap swipe, girl, you just do tapping, because swiping is not it. Then I'm gonna go in my Rare Beauty. These are my minis of the Rare Beauty. This is in the shade Joy. But this is one of my favorite shades. I need to get in the bigger one. I do have shade Encourage in the bigger one, and I have shade Hope in the bigger one. This one goes for more like a purplish look. I really like how my sister-in-law did my makeup with this one, but I haven't figured out the right way to make that blush look really good on me. I really like them all, but Joy has my heart, and you're gonna see why. So of course you're gonna put these on the temple of your cheek with 3 little dots. You're gonna be totally fine. You want to put a 4th one, go for it. But once again, your goal is to lift your face. So when you apply it in a lifting motion, not downward motion, lifting motion. And then I'm gonna go in with another of my Sheen brushes. Sadly, these don't have any numbers or anything, so I can't even tell you which ones they are, and my sister-in-law gave me these. But you want to go for another dense brush, but this one's a dense and angled brush, and that's what I'm going to use to blend this out. So you're going to want to tap it in an upward motion. Once again, tap and you want to bring it down. You can already see that color is already popping up so much on my skin. It's kind of like a peachy orange, to be honest, almost red in my opinion, but I really like how it looks underneath and how it just freaking lifts my makeup up so much. As you can see, I feel like with this lighting you can't really see how pigmented it is, but it's really pigmented. If you can even see it a little bit on camera, girl, it's pigmented. This side looks way more pigmented. I'm gonna add more on this side. I'm gonna add more on this side. I know it looks a little crazy right now, but we're gonna go and clean it up in a bit. And then I like to tap the excess right on top of the forehead, a little bit of excess on my nose and on my chin. One of my all-time favorite concealers is the Anastasia Beverly Hills concealer in the shade 10 Magic Touch concealer, to be specific. I like to go in with this one, and then I like to go in for a brightening concealer with my NARS brightening concealer in the shade Medium to Ginger. This one is mostly for coverage. The other one is to brighten my under eye a little bit more. Okay, we're gonna go and highlight with this one key points of our face, which is the chin, the bridge of the nose, and the forehead. So you're gonna go and do little dabs, this one right across the middle, and then right here. I don't need a lot because it is really full coverage, so girl, you can see that automatically. Like once I start blending, you can see that it's a lot even already. Next, I'm gonna go in with a concealer brush. I actually did get a new one, actually an e.l.f. one. Maybe we could try that one out. Let's see if I like this new brush that I just bought. It's the e.l.f. Flawless Concealer Brush. Let me show you. As you can see, the top, look how it is. It's angled. It's more like tapered. And then it's like kind of flat. But it is nice and dense. It's not like really fluffy. So let's try it out. Let's see how that blends. Oh, I like how it blends. It blends really good actually. So I like to bring this one up over here. I like to go in with this concealer right here and clean up the spots where I brought the blush way too far down. Go in like that. Hold on. Let's try this one. My usual one for the forehead so we can see the difference between the two brushes. So I feel like this one doesn't pick up as much of the product. I feel like it just lays it right on top. Like it doesn't pick it up as much. So this one you probably will get more full coverage than the e.l.f. Flawless Concealer Brush. Perfect. I'm gonna go in with my Flawless Concealer Brush and I'm just gonna tap that in more. Perfect. I'm gonna go in with the same brush and it's tapping, swiping right along the bridge of the nose. Then I'm going to go in with the same Anastasia concealer and I'm going to bring it under my eyes. So I'm going to put some right here, right along the bridge of the nose. Then I'm going to put some in the middle. And then this last one is very important. You want to put your brush angled and you're going to swipe up, okay? Up just like this. You want to bring your eye up. You don't want to bring it down. Or at least for me. I'm telling you guys what I like to do. So if you guys want to go and try that out, you guys can and see how you like it. But yes, always up, never down, like I've said. And then I'm gonna go in my OG because I like this one better the way it blends out. And I'm gonna blend on that under eye. But first, I'm gonna let it sit just a little bit, not too long, while I sip my Starbucks. Yummy. Okay, then I'm gonna go in and blend that out. You don't want to let it dry for too long. I'm going to blend that on the side of the nose. That way you can kind of contour that. Sorry, I'm really bad with my words. That way you can kind of clean up that contour that you did earlier. I'm going to keep on blending. Tap, 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 tap. Tell me why I felt like a burning sensation of this concealer. I don't know what is going on right now. Right when I put it on, it just started burning. Like it kind of like is burning my skin. I don't know why. Hopefully it's nothing too bad. Not necessarily burning, but I can feel like a sensation of the concealer. I don't know if it's working its magic. Let me know down in the comments down below. Maybe because I shaved yesterday. Maybe that's why it's going on to like my bare skin. One thing that I did forget to mention and I did forget to do is that every time I add a liquid product and I go in and blend with the brush, I do like going in over with my beauty blender and making sure it's really onto the skin. So I go in like this. Typically, I do this mostly with my foundation and my concealer. Typically, more. Not really like my blush and contour, no. For that extra coverage, girl, we gotta make sure everything is applied onto the skin, girl. Applied onto the skin. Boom. And then I'm gonna go in, like I told you guys, with my brightening concealer, which I'm just gonna add in the inner corners of my eyes on this side. I'll show you guys right now. So literally just right here you want to apply that. Ooh, see, you got a hair here, gotta be careful. You could go in with the same concealer brush, that way everything blends in perfectly together. Perfect. Then we're gonna let that dry out a little bit, or you can use your fan, because this is a very important key step actually that I learned. You don't want to go right in and apply powders. If your makeup is wet and you apply powder, the powder is going to stick more to the wet parts than the dry parts, and it's going to look like not smooth. Obviously it's going to look a little bit lumpy and you don't want it to look lumpy at all. So I'm going to go in and dry that a bit, not too much, just a little bit. Okay, then I like to go in with my Charlotte Tilbury pressed powder. Girl, this is my go 2. I freaking love this powder, okay? This is a pressed powder, not a setting powder, not a loose powder. It is a pressed powder. So what I like to do with this one is I like to put this one first, then I go in with my loose powder, and then I go in and tap this one more time. That way it really just freaking sets on your face, because with just this, girl, you're not gonna get that coverage you need. It is really good, and I will show you guys up close, but if you want it to last long, that's the thing that's not gonna happen with just the Charlotte Tilbury. You need to add a loose powder, a baking powder, a setting powder right on top. Why are all these dirty? Girl, bye. This is how the inside looks. So what I like to do is grab my beauty blender and tap, 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 tap. I do have the mini version, so I don't have the bigger version, which I will get the bigger version, obviously. And what I like to do is tap it onto my hand. That way it just has an even distribution. And then I go in on my face. Look, so this is how it looks without any powders. Then I go in and dab right on that skin. Right on it. Just like so. And look at that. And look at this. Tap it into the skin. Go in over your eye on top. Boom. Nice and mattified. I do like going in with the second just to make sure I really set it in place. You can literally see that it literally did such a good job at blurring under my eye, not just mattifying, because my Huda Beauty just mattifies. It does not give me that blur that I want under my eye with simply just a pressed powder. Okay, so after I have the pressed powder done, we are gonna go in and add our powders. So next I'm gonna go in with the One Size Bronzing and Contour Palette, aka Bronze and Sculpt Trio. So I like to go in with the shade Low Key and Drag for Filth, aka these two bottom shades. And I did get this brush on Amazon. It's not a specific one, I just literally got it on there and it works wonders, to be honest. Okay, so then I like to go and tap onto here and then tap on the bottom, shake off all the excess, girl, get away from us. And I do like to dab it on, like if I have a towel on me, I like to dab it on the towel, and then I like to go in. So right over that, we're just gonna go in just like this to give us that more of a bronzed look. And yes, you want to apply it up, never down, like I said, always up. Lift that face up. So boom, I go in like that. I do the same thing for the other side and go in. Then I'm gonna go in with my loose powder because we gotta clean this up. We will go in with blush in just a little bit, but I like to go in with my loose powder first. I use the Kimchi Puff Puff Pass powder in translucent, I believe. Yeah, translucent, PPP03. This is it, girl. This is her. She is her. She is the GOAT. She is everything you can imagine in a powder, okay? I'm not even exaggerating, girl. I have the One Size translucent powder. I have the Huda Beauty Cherry Blossom Cake. I have the Laura Mercier translucent powder. I have the Huda Beauty Ease and Bake. I have the Maybelline Fit Me powders. And nothing so far has beat my Kimchi. Absolutely nothing. I love her. Anyways, I'm gonna go in and dab my little powder puff onto here, and you can see that there's a lot of product on there. That's why I like to go in and tap it onto my hand and make sure I even everything out, and then I go in on my face. We're gonna go in right here, trying to clean up that contour a bit, and then we're gonna go in right under the eye and clean that up once again, and dip it right into the powder again and evenly distribute it into my hand once again. And we're gonna do the same thing. Look at this. Look at this. Clean it up down here and then go in. And bake the side of my nose a little bit more, and with that excess, go right under the eye once again. She is her. And boom, you have this flat. And then you want to go in around your face. You want to clean up over here. This is too much. Last time I did attention. I didn't really like how it looked. Anyways, just slightly clean up down here. And then, yeah, you want to dab this kimchi powder literally all over your face. And I forgot to go in on my forehead with the bronzer. See? Girl, whenever I film something, even when I film like on my phone, I literally forgot so many steps. I was like, no manches. Anyways, right on the forehead, you want to bronze that out. No kidding, it looked weird. See, I knew something was weird. I thought I just brought it too high up, but I didn't put it like all over my forehead, so it just looked fucking weird. I'm like, hold on, something was not right, and I forgot to bring it under my chin. There you go, girl. There you go. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Now we are her. Since I was literally basically cleaning up nothing, I still like to go in with a dense, pretty dense brush. I don't like to go in with a fluffy one. There. I like to go in with the shade Low Key, and I like to bronze up my nose. Even though I basically already cleaned it up, but I cleaned up the contour before that. So right over that, I'm just gonna go in and scope out the same thing. I like to bring it all over up on my eye and blend that out on my eye. Bring that all the way down and blend it out very nicely right here. To bring it over my eye, kind of, because I don't do eyeshadow, so I kind of like to go in with that excess bronzer and put it over my eyelid, and it looks something like this. And I'm gonna do the same thing to the other side. Right on that same line, you kind of want to trace over that same line that you originally did contour with, and you just want to bring that in to the middle. See how my nose is getting contoured there? And you kind of want to just bring this up right here. Blending, blending, bringing over the eye. Where I baked, I went right over that. Like, not directly on top of the bake, but I went along that upper line above that baking. And that kind of gave me the guide on how to perfectly contour, bronze up my nose. And then with the excess of the beauty powder, you can just go ahead and trace that right over and clean it up a bit if you'd like. Boom, just like that. So we're all done with contour. Then we're gonna go in with blush. This one, my cousin, I think this is a one size, oh no, Jacqueline Cosmetics. She decorated it, so that's why it looks kind of funky, but she gave it to me and I absolutely love it. It's my glory, my everything. Jacqueline Cosmetics blush. I'm not sure if it's still out there or not. If not, my favorite alternative is the Too Faced Watermelon Rain shade. I love it so much. It's a good, perfect pinky. It's like a really bright pink actually. Something more subtle. I'm gonna go in with my same brush because it's double-ended. This one's for blush and then this one's for contour. And I'm gonna dab it right on there, a lot of it. Shake off the excess, and then I'm gonna go in right on top where I originally put the liquid blush. I'm gonna go in and put the powder brush with light hands. I'm gonna go all up, all the way over here, just to give more and more lift to my face. Boom. Gives us more of that lift. And then I like to go in. Actually, no, I like to dab it in here and go in with my nose, and then my chin, and then I bring it up to the top of the forehead, just so it gets distributed evenly all across my face. And with the excess of that second dab, I like to go in under my eye just a little bit with that same blush, and there you go. It blends out all. Sorry, I'm having mucosa. Oh yeah, perfect. And then if you want, depending if you think you lost that contour, that bronze, you can go in and bring it on top again with that same brush. I don't really dip it back inside. With that same one, I go in and clean it and add more dimension. Just like that, with whatever rag I had, with a makeup remover wipe, with my cellular water, whatever you have, go ahead and go and clean up that lip. Because now we're going to move into lip combo. Chapstick. So for today's lip combo, I'm going to go in with the Wet n Wild Lay Me Down shade 661D to line my lips. This is something very similar to my lip color because I'm going to go for something subtle today. If you want to go for something darker, I definitely recommend the Lasting Finish lip liner in the shade Brownie Pie. It's this pretty dark brown. And I really like that one when I want something, when I'm going somewhere where I want a lip more dramatic. But since I'm literally going to go to In and Out and that's literally it, then I'm going to go in the subtle lip liner. And I am like kind of the worst at this, so I go in and clean it up with concealer at the end. Okay, so after I lined, I do like to go in with my Charlotte Tilbury lipstick in the shade Pillow Talk. It looks like this. It's kind of like a darkish, but not, it's not dark, it's kind of like light. And I go ahead and bring that into the middle on my lip, just like that. And then I do go in with the Maybelline lipstick. I add another little bit, but just like very, because this one is actually really dark. A little bit like that. This one is in the shade Crazy for Coffee, in case you guys were wondering. And then I do go in with my lip gloss and add a little bit of gloss to my lips, girl. Sorry, I keep forgetting. This is the NYX Butter Gloss. Love these so much. They're literally one of my favorites of all time. As you can see, it's all freaking stained. It's not even freaking glossy anymore. It's stained with my usual lip combo at this point. I'm not sure if the shine is shining up away. But then for setting spray, I go in with my Airbrush Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. I absolutely love this one so much. It's literally my favorite of all time. It's the Party All Night, Stay All Day White Tea of Bali. Girl, she's bougie. I go in with a lot of sprays depending if I wanted to stay up all day. And girl, I'm not all done yet. There's still one key step that I need to show you guys. As many sprays as you'd like. Because I'm not sure if it says on here, but it's not a matte finish. It's definitely like more of a shinier finish, dewy finish. Definitely not matte. And once you're all done, I did learn this from the guru himself, James Charles. I love watching him, by the way. I do go in with a cream blush and apply it right on where I applied the powder brush. And I just go in with a little bit with a beauty blender. So I am going to be using the She Glam Watermelon Candy. This is how it looks. I literally love this. It's perfect for this. This is how it looks in the inside. So I'm going to go in with my beauty blender. By the way, my beauty blender is from Shein. And I'm going to dab it on the corner of the beauty blender. Just like this. And I'm going to apply it on the top. So this is how it looks right now. Hopefully on camera you guys can pick up the difference. And then I'm just going to dab it right on top of that. Just like so. I'm not sure if you saw that on camera. I'm not sure if you can see it on camera, but I can see it over here, so that's all that matters. Well, actually, no. It matters that you can see it on camera. Okay. So I do the same thing to the other side. I dab more, and then I'm going to put it right on top. Like, literally in a swiping... Sorry. Like, literally in, like, an upward angle. Once again, you want to just put the beauty blender right on the upward angle and just tap right into it. Just like that. I can see it in person. I don't know if you can see it on there. So for a little bit more shine, I'm going to go in with the Rare Beauty highlighter in the shade Exhilarate. So for this, you want to go with any highlighter brush. You just want to dab it in there. And where I usually like it is on my nose. This is probably too much. So So right on the end of my nose. Hello, focus. I don't know what it's focused on. So it gives it a little bit of a shine right there, and then I'm gonna put it on the bones of my eyebrows. Not sure if you guys can see that shine on the nose. Yeah, there you go. Now I can see it. Can you guys see it? Right there, you can see it. And that's literally it for my makeup routine. As you can see, this is how it turned out. I love this look so far. I don't know if the camera is picking up the look how I wanted to pick it up, but it looks so beautiful in person. We're gonna remove these, by the way, for that extra volume. Hold on. I think I left it on for way too long. Brightness. Let's go ahead and fix it. Okay, so we're gonna take this off because yeah, girl, I left that shit on for a long time. No manches. For something like this